he doesn't stipulate how to do the scene, but he tells you what the scene should be, and then how you go about that happens naturally. And then if it's not happening, of course, he'll get way more specific and directorial. But he's very... I've watched him watching playback on other actors in scenes that I'm not in, and he's willing them to do the things he wants them to do, but he'll never go to them and tell them what he wants them to do. He will eventually, sometimes, but he'd rather just go and do another take, and he's praying that they'll do the thing that he's hoping for. And when he gets it, he's like a little kid in a 70-odd-year-old man's body, do you know what I mean? And he's jumping up and down, and his big floppy hair's going everywhere. So it's lovely. It's lovely watching him that happen for him. This is definitely a version of the book. It's definitely related to the book massively, but it's also very different from the book. We have to focus on key elements that the writer Erin and Wim took from the book and decided that's what we want to make our film about. And we've changed a lot from the book as well. You know, certain things about my character that we don't reveal. The audience always, the reader always knew in the book, but things that about me that we don't reveal till pretty much the very end of the film. So no, it was very helpful though. It was incredibly helpful because the writer's an incredibly learned man, and he knows, he's lived this. He's been with Al-Shabaab himself, and before, as he describes it, that kind of became impossible. Radar, who plays Saif, and Hakim, who plays Amir Yusuf, have been incredible. Partly with Radar, I think his presence is so strong, and he's got a great malevolent bit mixed in with a sort of sympathetic thing going on. And Hakim has got first-hand experience of all of this, and this kind of militant fundamentalism. And so his knowledge has been invaluable, not just for Wim and I, or Erin, but also for all the other extras we've got, a lot of whom are Somali in descent, but have been here maybe since they were 2 or 3, and so a lot of the customs have gone out the window for them, or they just never learned them. So Hakim has been he's been one of our most useful resources, really. And added to that, he's just got it in his bones when he's performing. It's just in his bones, you can't fake that, you know. And so no, they've been incredible to work with. I think they'll be moved by a beautiful love story, and I think that they're going to be surprised just how much the film is educational as well, about what's happening in our world, both geopolitically and just in terms of the danger the world is in physically. And it's weird because that doesn't sound like a love story, and yet it is. It's a love for your mission, it's a love for your belief, it's a love for your planet, it's a love for her and I, it's a love for your God, it's a love for all those things. So it is, weirdly, it is a love story, but we love many things in this film. I'm not selling it very well, but I think they're going to be moved a hell of a lot, and I think they'll be terrified, for me anyway. They might be terrified for her too, I'm not quite sure, I've not seen her bit of the film.